Hello, and what a great day to sew something wonderful. I'm Kia with Kia B, and I am so excited to be back with you today. I am, I was going to say good morning, but it's morning when I'm filming. Who knows when this will get uploaded and you actually see it. I am coming off of a little getaway trip with some friends, and we are getting ready to just head into life. And so I thought if I don't film today, I don't know the next time I'll be able to film, which is totally fine. But I thought I have some things I really want to share with you, and the stitching bug that I've had is like really strong and I want to foster that. So I was like, I'm gonna share some stitching and we'll see. So I thought how I'll do this maybe is, and I know the lighting is just absolutely terrible, but I feel like I cannot even fix it. That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's see how I'm gonna do the video. I'm gonna share like normal Flosstube, my stitching, all of those things. And then at the end, I'll tell you when I'm gonna talk about our trip to Shipshewana. I went with 5 other ladies and for 5 days. And so I thought I'll talk about that at the end. And that way, if that's not your thing, then you, oh, my necklace keeps catching. That's what I'm seeing. So let's do that, shall we? How have you been? Like I said, my stitching bug, like my desire to stitch has just been growing and growing. I think the last time I filmed, I told you I was just very inspired by Flosstube lately, and I have not, I'm so sorry if that's like blinding you. I may need to take that off. I have been very inspired by Flosstube lately, and, I don't know, it's just made me want to like stitch and not necessarily start all the things. I want to stitch the things I have started. Like I want to stitch on my whips so badly. So that is kind of where I'm at. So let's get started. Now I say I haven't wanted to start all the things, and the first thing I'm going to show you is a new start, but it's for a very good reason, because today is Tuesday, June 25th. And it is our dear friend Holly Neal's birthday. So Lord willing, I'll get this uploaded today, but if not, either way, celebrate your birthday for days and days and days and days and days. And so very happy birthday to our precious Holly Neal. She is Hobbies of Holly on Instagram, and then she now does Flosstube, and it's the best Flosstube ever. I want to stitch everything she stitches and be a big old copycat. But for Holly's birthday, she chose Vibrant Flowers from Kathy Barrick. And while we were on our trip, we had a holiday and I started this. I bought my kit. I showed this last time, but I bought my kit from Hillside Rookery. And she sends you the perfect amount of floss that you need for this, for whatever project she sells. And I love that. So it is the perfect way if you're like, I want to try silks, but I don't want to invest in them. Like it's a very affordable way to try something new and not fully like jump in, you know, head first. And so I picked this up, and the flosses come, I showed all of this last time, but I'll show it again. She does the cutest little packaging. So she's got these little canvas bags, and your floss comes in that. This one is called for NPI. So I have my NPI silks that are a little bit of a mess. And oh, I'm gonna untie it. Let me fix that so they don't come all untied. So then she even puts a little tag on there that says Vibrant Flowers, so I know where they go. And then this is my start. I'm stitching in the well, which I don't typically do. So let me take these magnets off, or at least shove them to the back. This has been the best little stitch. I got, for me, this is a lot. So here's what that's gonna look like. This is just such a beautiful stitch. Holly did such, oh, I was so excited. I think I should have looked, but I think the hashtag might just be like hashtag Vibrant Flowers SAL. But the colors are beautiful. I stitched my door wrong, but I actually really like it. The door is supposed to be red, and I did it in white on accident because it was 3:30 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. And so I was just upstairs in my room stitching, and I came down the next day and Holly's was sitting on her stitching table. And I was like, why does hers look different than mine? And then I thought, oh, that's because I did it wrong. But I'm not gonna rip it out because I actually really like it. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Okay. I don't have a rhyme or reason for some of these things, so I'm just gonna pull them out a little bit, maybe. Set that there and hopefully not forget to talk to you about that. Okay, I am stitching, oh, I forgot about this. I was on a Zoom with some friends and I wanted to just stitch and not really like, I didn't want to have to think. When you're on a Zoom, you don't want to have to think too hard. And so I have a lot of fill-in to do for the quilting bee by the Blue Flower. I love this. Let me show you this picture back here because it's actually a little bit better to see. I love the way she finished this. I won't finish it with fabric around the outside that's that busy, because when I first saw this, I thought that was stitching and it's not. So here is just the stitched piece. So I had done a lot of outlining, and so I pulled this out. It's still in the hoop even because I was working on it while I was gone. But here's where I'm at on that. And that, yes, there's all stitching down there. So I'm loving this color palette. I changed a lot of my colors just to be able to use what I had. But I love this very much. This is on 46 count sand dollar by Bee Stitch Me. And like I said, I changed a lot of the colors and things. So, so yeah, there's my stitching bee. I need to fill in these wings, but the body is all the way done. And then I need to do extra legs and things like that. So fun. I love this, but I love a good fill-in, especially when you're just hanging out with friends. So, okay, I showed you this last time and I can't remember if I've worked on it since I filmed last. I think I have. So I wanted to show this again. Last year when this same group of girls took this trip, we went to Craft Gallery and, we went to Craft Gallery and I saw this hanging on the wall and thought, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It is an exclusive for Craft Gallery, so if you want it, you have to call them and have them ship it to you. And I just thought it was beautiful. And then someone had the genius idea to reach out to Teresa and ask if we could change one of these guys into a wheelchair so it would be more inclusive. And that is just absolutely perfect for us. And so I have been stitching on this. This is 40 count tumbleweed. And here is how far I've gotten. Now there is smokestacks, right? Is that what that is called? Smokestack. That might not be the right word. And it's shadowing. Especially, you probably can't even, you're probably seeing more the pull of my stitches than the actual stitches themselves. And I have a fix for that, but I also don't know that I'm gonna fix it because in person, I really like how faint it is. But they have two models at Craft Gallery. One is the called for model that Teresa commissioned for someone to do, or she did it herself, I don't remember. And then there's another one that was stitched by someone at Craft Gallery, and they did like a line of a really light color gray around that to kind of accent that. So I just, oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So I am not very far at all. I'm down here in this corner. So I kind of want to go up next and stitch these children so that they're in, but also like I really want to get over here. I don't know how I'm going to go next. So I just love this a lot. Speaking of that trip to Craft Gallery, let me back up a little bit. So StitchCon has been this month. Have you gone? I've seen so many posts about it and things like that. So fun. We have started traveling to Cincinnati quite often recently for care for some things. And we were there the first day that a few people were coming in for weekend B. And I thought, oh, if I could just squeeze a few necks and the timing lined up right, I would just love that. And it did line up for a couple of people. So we left the hospital where we were at, and we drove into Sharonville and hugged my brain is so foggy. I'm trying not to say sassy Southern Stitchers because we were going to meet them, but they weren't quite there yet. But we got to see the cousins. That's what I'm trying to say. And I met Holly Hogue again, and their friend Candace, and Holly's husband and her puppies. And then I got to just give Christy the best hug, and it was just perfect timing. It was amazing. And I got to meet Callie and everything. And so we stood in their lobby for maybe 20 minutes and just giggled, because how can you not giggle when you're around those ladies? And so we kind of interrupted their check-in process, but we wanted to get back on the road too. So they got to meet our little guy, our youngest little guy, and so that was a lot of fun. And then they went to Craft Gallery the next day, and they loved it. And so I was really glad that they got to go. So Christy had taken a picture of the second model with the traced outline of the smokestack, and so she sent that to me so that I could study it a little bit more. That was great. Okay, I have been working on A. Hawking 1879, Be Kind to One Another. You guys know when I first started filming, maybe you don't know this, but when I first started filming Flosstube on our channel, which I used to just be a quilting channel, when I first started filming Flosstube as well, I started a SAL that was Be Kind. What was hashtag Be and Encouragement? That's what it was. Hashtag Be and Encouragement, BEE and Encouragement, SAL. And just since that time, I've always had something going that is be kind, be encouraging, be something. And so I wanted to start this one because it says, be kind to each other. The night's coming only when friend and brother perchance may be gone. And so I just pulled random threads, and here I explained this last time, and I'll explain it again. I have this one. My words, I'm so sorry. I get the Bee Stitch Me fabric 46 count every month, and then I also add her silks onto my thing. And sometimes she sends these silks that are so gorgeous, and I look at them and I'm like, what am I going to do with that? It's beautiful, but what am I going to do with that? And this is one of those. It is cream and green and peach, and it's so pretty, but I'm like, this is a great border. So here's how I started. And then I pulled I pulled sulkies that were in this same color scheme. And that is how I'm stitching these pieces, this piece. And so with that being said, let me show you the work where I'm at on this. So I just pulled sulkies. I have a peach, a teal, a navy blue, a dark red. I just kind of went with it. And if it looks crazy at the end, that's okay. So here is where I'm at for that. So I think I did have it started last time. So you can see I do have border in. This is all border, but I love the ghosting faint of that. So I don't know why, I really just like the ghosting effect of it seems aged to me maybe. And so this is an antique sampler that Liz bought me for my birthday last year. And when you study that up close, some of the stitches you can barely see anymore because they've faded and everything. And I think that is just beautiful. And so, I don't know, I really like it a lot. Okay, let's talk about, speaking of birthdays, let's talk about some birthday things. So my birthday is in 2 weeks. Is it in 2 weeks? It's July 2nd. And I chose a birthday SAL and have put out an invitation. So if you would like to join us, I would love to know that so I can keep up with you and what you're doing. So we just started Holly's birthday sale, which was Vibrant Flowers. I chose Sarah Milthorp because when this was released last year or earlier this year, I just could not even. You know those pieces, Brenda and Laura talk about this, where your heart just palpitates. I wanted a fabric that was super grungy and stained like that. Now this fabric, the called for is Creme Brulee by Tabby Cat. I didn't have that and I didn't order it because I have so much fabric. So on a Zoom one night, I pulled out a bunch of options and we took votes. So I'm starting this with the called for 103s. This will be the first time I ever use 103s. And I got the Amazon ice cube trays, but mine have lids. So that's where all mine are going. Now I will say I'm not going to link it because this is not the best option. Because you can see they don't fit super great. I had to stagger them and then I had some left over. So they don't fit really well. So I'm not going to link them, but, so they're just the Amazon ice cube trays. Okay. So I pulled fabrics and I had so many out looking, and I went with a 46 count macchiato by Bee Stitch Me because it doesn't have that really dark modeling like the cover photo does, but like that contrast, I should say. But look, I mean, this linen is just beautiful. And against the called for colors, it's just even better. So again, this is Macchiato by Bee Stitch Me. And I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Like, look at that. Brandy does such a phenomenal job dyeing fabric. If you have not tried Bee Stitch Me fabric yet, you should find a piece. Find a piece because it's really good fabric. I really like it a lot. So that will be my birthday sale if you would like to join. I will start it, again, we're about to have some life happen. So I hope to start it on my birthday, if not like the night before, but we shall see. So if you want to start it with me, please let me know that. I would love to have you. I know Holly is starting it and our friend Jane is starting it. And I saw a couple of people comment on my last video that they're going to start it as well because they've got it kitted up and ready to go. So if you have Sarah Milthorp, I would love for you to start that. That would be so fun. Okay, and then the next birthday sal is Teresa, the Garden Goose Stitcher. She has a birthday just after mine, July 6th. And she chose Margaret Ferguson, which is a Scottish sampler from Hands Across the Sea. And who doesn't want to start what the birthday girl would like to start? So I'm going to do that. I think it's beautiful. I did called for DMC on these and the colors astounded me. These are so cool. So it's just not, I would not look at these colors and think that was this chart. So I'm very excited to see how it all lays out. But let me groom my, has anybody invented a floss comb yet? So that we could brush our floss? Is that silly? So here is our floss. And you would think there's like a ton of yellow and there's really not. It's this like green yellow. So here's this. This is the color palette for this. I love it. I thought it was going to be really yellow forward and it is not. And I chose, on my trip, I was supposed to ask people. I chose 1, 2, 3 different fabrics for this and I don't know which one I'm going to use. Now that I'm seeing it in camera, probably this one because this one pulls really yellow. This is Sugar Cookie from Color and Cotton. This is Color and Cotton Haystack. So there's those two together. I really think probably this Sugar Cookie because it does pull so yellow. And I think I pulled this one because it's you know, this is Creme Brulee from Color and Cotton, but it is a little bit more pink in tone. So I shall think about that. So that is Teresa's sale, if you want to join in that. I'm just putting out an invitation. Now, I say that to say, I know some of our friends are starting, like they're going to start in a Hands Across the Sea, just in honor of all the June, July birthdays right there together. And I would love it if you did that as well. That seems super fun. I just really like Hands Across the Sea. And so when Teresa said that was her July start, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do that one specifically. And I love Kathy Barrick. And so I was like, well, I'm going to start that one specifically. So super fun. So those are birthday starts if you want to join. Okay, I have made some purchases. I was watching the Addicts video a few weeks ago, and Jean had showed a finish that she had that I just loved it. I loved the sentiment in the stitch, and so I emailed them right away and said, will you please kit this up with everything that Jean did? And Jean did it on a 56 count with Seraphine. Seraphine? How do you say that word? Okay, so this is Erica Michaels. It is Constant Companion. And it says, no one can look upon the needle without emotion. It is a constant companion through the pilgrimage of life. And I think it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. So this model, the linen, is done on Mariner's Map from Legacy. And then also this is silk gauze, 40 count silk gauze. So this one is full coverage. This one is not. I'm going to do it on a piece of linen on 56 count. And so I got that while I was gone. So it was a great little treasure to come home to. So they kit it up with 56 count needle and flax in Dirty Teacup. And I will show you that. The packaging for them was just stellar. Look at this fabric. It's so very, very pretty. And so that will go on this. They gave me a huge piece for this stitch. I want to see, they labeled it. It is 18 by 17 and a half. So is that a fat 1/8? I don't know, I might be wrong. Okay, so that's the fabric, and then they give you like the label and everything. So sorry. They give you a label and everything, and then I said, again, I want to do it just like Jean because hers was so beautiful. They did a silk conversion, and I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. And they give you, I won't show it to you because these things are exclusive to them, but they give you like a printout of your symbol and then what they substituted. So it is Swasurfine. I may be saying that very, very wrong. And then it like includes the symbols and everything. So like it's a whole printout. So the symbols are here. It tells you what it should be. And then their conversion is over here. Fascinating. So I know that I may be saying this wrong too. I think it's their sampler focus for this month, June or July. I may be wrong, but check with them because that is a good one. That is a good one. Okay, I also just got my color and cotton after I filmed last. I get the 40 count fat quarter every month, and this month did not disappoint. Look at this color. This is Dove in 40 count. Look at that like gray brown. It's beautiful. Stunning. So I'm excited to put something on that. It will go in my drawer and sit all laid out with my fabrics until I find something perfect. Okay, I did a little shopping on a not D-Stash, because I don't do Facebook, which is just a choice. Kitten Stitcher, it was having a moving sale, and Holly Neal texted me and said, hey, they have that Hands Across the Sea kit at half off. and I jumped. So this one is Margaret Doyle 1850. And I got all of the called for Soie d'Alger, which also I've never stitched with Soie d'Alger before, for half off. So I need to pick a fabric for that because that will just be gorgeous. Okay. I forgot a couple of things, so let me pause really quick. I am going to do a couple of things. So, and I talked about this a little bit already, but I'm going to do Christmas in July, and we're actually going to make it like a family affair. I'm surprising the kids and putting up a Christmas tree in our house because we all love Christmas so very much. And I don't think I've told you this, but we were gifted an above ground pool for our backyard, and I'm going to buy some Christmas floaties, and we're going to do like a whole Christmas in July thing. I am so very excited about it. And with that, I'm also going to pair the Summer Olympics because our family loves the Summer Olympics. We love we a little bit obsess over Winter Olympics, but we love Summer Olympics as well. So I'm going to try and pair the two together, even though Summer Olympics goes a lot longer. And so I wanted to share with you my stitching focus again for Christmas in July. So that kit that I was gifted from Liz for Christmas this year, I've told you my love of black swans and what we learned from Pat Ryan of R&R. And so Liz gifted me this last year. So I'd like to get a lot of this good fill-in done. I'm down here. And so this seems really fun to me. I took this to Stitch Away this year and started it. I'll show you where I'm at. But again, with the Hillside Rookery, here's her bag with the tag, Repeat the Sounding Joy, and all of the NPIs are ready to go down inside of here. Absolutely perfect. So, let me see, do I know what fabric this is? I do not. Why am I so bad at that? I'm so sorry. So this is going to be a focus for me, just getting fill-in done. So, which will be good for us. Okay, here is where I'm at for that. Very excited. So that's going to be a focus. It might help if I iron things, but that's okay. Okay, so Repeat the Sounding Joy. That will be a focus. That fabric is, I mean, I love it. So I shall do that, and then I shared this with you already, but I am just loving this piece so much. This is what I will work on. I'm hoping to do some sort of like work on this for how many days in a row, and then take a break and do, oh, maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll work on this for like 6 days and then do something on Olympic stitching, and then 6 days, and then we'll see. Anyway, so okay. Listen, I love you all so very much, and I love doing Flosstube, and I can never say this lady's name, and you guys are always so kind to correct me. I think it's Susan Aki, because someone said it rhymes with hockey, but I very well could still be wrong. So can we give each other grace in that? This is Arafil. It is Joy Noel, which I also could be saying that wrong. And I have done a complete color conversion on like my 3rd or 4th start on this, and I just completely took it dark and prim, and I love it so very much. And when I pulled this out last time, I had a lot more done than I thought I did. So this is on 46 Count Willow by Bee Stitch Me, and I'm a bottom left starter all the time, and so here's where I'm at on that. So this will be a daily focus for me in July for Christmas, trying to get some good stuff done. So I am just using Anchor Floss. I took them all off of their spools and put them on these, and I love, this is a fantastic option. I love it. And so that's what I'm working on. And what I'm doing for color converting is it's really hard on this pattern to say, okay, like this symbol is just always going to be that, because let me just show you the bottom. See how there's no symbols? It's just colors. So what I'm doing here, and this is a free pattern, so I'm not going to show it to you because I still want you to go support their website and print it. But what I'm doing is I have a pencil in here and I'm just like pointing. I'll show you. This is what a page I'm already done on. And just like writing so that I know consistently all the outsides of this Quaker motif is going to be that same color. So just know that it's not a typical symbol pattern, but isn't that so cute? I love this a lot. So this is going to be a focus for me in July as well. I have a lot of things to do in July. We'll see how much actually gets done, but that is going to be fun. Okay. Okay, so then Summer Olympic stitching. Kathy Walker had printed these out for us and brought them to our trip. So the Naptime Stitcher is hosting Stitch the Summer Olympics. And there's a hashtag for it, so I will hold this up. And you can print this online. And it is a whole guide to fun stitching for Summer Olympics. She has great, like this is a great layout. And so she talks about sharing on socials. What is this? How do you do these things? There are no rules and no challenge police, so you can do what you want. And then she gives you like a schedule. So July 6th or July 26th is opening ceremony, and then 27th. So she gives you a schedule. And a like challenge for the day. So on opening ceremony, July 26th, a new start or stitch something that you have started in 2024. July 27th, Parade of Nations, stitch something patriotic for any country of your choice. July 28th, Summer Olympics, stitch something related to summer. And so she gives you prompts every single day for the duration of the Summer Olympics. And I think that is so fun and clever. So this is towards the end of July, so I should be able to wrap up Christmas in July by that point and start on this. And so she gives it to you all the way through August 11th, which is the closing ceremony. Stitch something you plan to finish in 2024. Isn't that great? And then she gives you a calendar for July and a calendar for August so that you can keep track of what you're doing. And then she writes in those important dates. And then in the back, she gives you a really fun little word search, which I will be printing those out for my kids because we love word searches. So that'll be fun. I always do like a fun opening ceremony decoration around our house. It's easier to do that in the summer. In the Winter Olympics, we've been watching all the qualifications for months and months and months. And so by the time we get to the Summer Olympics, it's all very exciting, but we've been watching it forever. So it'll be fun. I'll, decorate and all the things. And then there's some note pages in the back of this packet as well. So this is the Naptime Stitcher. So go get these from her and see if maybe you want to do some stitching for the Summer Olympics. That's a lot of fun. Okay, that's all I have for my normal Flosstube, but I will switch to talking about our trip to Shipshewana. And so if you want to stick around for that, I'm going to pause really quick and try and maybe move some things around so I can get to things easier. If you don't want to hear about my trip to Shipshewana, that's totally fine. And thank you for joining me in the hive today. And happy stitching. Happy stitching. Stitching is great for all of us. Okay. All right, let me pause and get resituated. Okay, so Shipshewana is about 3.5 hours from where I live, and it's such beautiful Amish country. Like the drive out there is stunning. I left about 5:30 in the morning last Wednesday, and I actually met my parents out there. So my parents this year have been married 39 years, and so they took an anniversary trip. They left on Saturday, and then they were coming home on Wednesday, and I was going to Shipshewana on Wednesday. And so my dad said, what if you leave early, come meet us for breakfast, and we'll go to the auction. They have a huge Amish auction there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. what if we do that? And I said, okay, that sounds fun. And it was important for my husband and I that I leave early before the kids got up, because that would make it a little bit more easy on our little guy. And my teenagers are basically just going to bed when I was getting up. So I have one teenager and one preteen, I should say that. Anyway, all that to say, I left about 5:30 in the morning, so I got to watch the sunrise in the country, and it was just like, I found myself emotional on part of the drive, because one, I was just so grateful to be able to go and take a trip, and for that just blessing. And it was just so beautiful. So I arrived about 9-ish. Excuse me. No, I arrived, it was closer to 8:30. I mean, really good time because it was really early. And met my parents at the auction, and that was an experience. I've never been to an auction before. It was fascinating. It's also very loud and very overwhelming, but very fun. So they had tables and tables and tables of junk and antiques and so much fun stuff. So I was like, my goal is to just bid on one thing and win it. So I kind of paired with my dad, because my dad is hard of hearing, and we thought, okay, I need to go with him. My mom can be fine on her own, but I need to go with him so that I can help him hear. And we got to the tables. There were 5 auctioneers going at one time on 5 different rows. I couldn't hear a thing. I could not understand a thing that man was saying. And my dad could understand everything. It was very funny. I have a feeling I'm just too short to like be able to hear everything. So we had lots of fun. And I won something. I won it. I paid for it, but I won it. And I just thought I would share with you because it's a prize. Okay. Look how junky and old this is. It's an old filing cabinet drawer. I'm absolutely going to put Cheez-It pillows in here. And if you don't know what a Cheez-It pillow is, I really like to stitch things on small count and finish them tiny. And so that will be a display case for those. I might set it like this and have them stand up, or I might finish them directly in the boxes. So fun. I paid $13 for this and 2 other small wooden crates, wooden and metal crates. So that's fun. So that was a good time. And then my friends all got there. So I'm going to show you things that I bought and that I was so generously gifted. I'm not going to show you near everything because some things are just, you know, anyway. I'm sure when other people film their Flosstubes, they're going to show different things than I do. And that is the beauty of those things. So I'm going to show you some things I bought, some things that were gifted to me, and some things that are just very exciting. So we went into Shipshewana. We stayed there Wednesday to Monday. But on one day, we decided to take a field trip on holiday. And we went to Chantel's 141, which is in Michigan. And we took a class, and I'll have to show you the class thing later, but I bought some finishing things. So she had this beautiful dough bowl. So I bought this so some of my pillows can go in that. And we took some pieces. She said, why don't you bring some pieces that you want to finish? We can either work on finishing them at the workshop, or you can just buy for ideas. So I took my 2024 Blessing sampler with me as something I wanted to finish. And I found this little metal thing, and it's going to go right on there. And it's going to be, well, when it's folded, it's going to be finished right on the front of that. And I'm going to put some flowers or something in the top. Isn't that so cute? Chantel in her workshop has other things than just wood. She is like a finishing little workshop. It's so cute. So the other thing I took to finish was actually something of Tech Guy's. So Tech Guy started and finished this when he first started stitching at StitchCon. So this is the Stitcher hood, and he finished this on Ada. This is an Ada that we actually coffee tea dyed ourselves. And she had this piece of barn wood that is red, and I'm gonna finish that on that. Beautiful. So I got some of that for finishing. And then we took a class. Chantel gave us a finishing class, and we made a bunting that I know a little, I'm only gonna hold up a little bit because it's such a long banner, but look how cute this is. It is, one of my little flowers have fallen off, so I'm trying not to let more fall off. But this is a little bunting banner that we made at Chantel's. It's layered, so you can see. So we did all the painting. It completely, when we got there, it was wood that looks like this. And we painted and layered and did all the things. And this is what it looks like now. Are you kidding me? It was such a good class. It was such a cool class. I would 100% recommend reaching out to Chantel if you are in the area and doing some sort of meetup like that. So, I'm trying to, anyway, so we did all the painting, all the layering, all the distressing and everything. It was phenomenal to learn from her. We spent the whole day there and it was so great. Okay. When I was shopping in Shipshewana, I went to the Lang calendar store, but they also had fabric there. And Shipshewana is known for their Amish country and just for handmade things as well. And I had gone in and I saw this and I was like, what is this? And the woman was working on one. And I was like, what is this? It's called Quilt Magic. And this is foam. Like, this is a piece of foam. And I saw her and she's like quilting on it, but she's not doing any sewing. And I thought, what in the world is she doing? So I bought a kit because I would like to try it. So you buy this. This is a, I don't know what the size of this is. I would say probably like a 6x6. And then you can buy this on its own and cut your own pieces, or you can buy a kit, like a little fabric kit. So I bought the little fabric kit. I'm going to do this patriotic star. And there's no sewing to this. You stuff it down into, there's these little channels. So it gives you pattern pieces that you cut out of your fabric. And then you stick your fabric down into your channels, like with a butter knife or a dull X-Acto knife, because you don't want to cut the fabric after it's already been cut with the template. And then you shove it in there. And then there's one piece in the back that is large enough to be your backing fabric, and then you wind it over and use it as your binding, and it looks like a blocked quilt. I'm so excited to try this. So my goal is to try this and maybe have it done before the next one. I bought 3 of these kits because I thought they were so fun. This whole kit was like $10, and then I bought a bigger one. I bought 2 small ones and then a bigger one. I'm so excited to try this. So that was a fun purchase for me. I also went into a fabric store and I saw this quilt hanging, and they had not done it in the blues. Now I love the blues, but they had kits available for this, and I bought it as a quilt kit because I'm gonna make a new quilt. I'm going to. I have set a goal for myself to make this. Now these are log cabin quilt blocks, and so these are 1.5 inch strips. It's going to be crazy, but I'm very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. So that's a quilt kit that I bought. Our sweet friend Barry of Stitch Folk designed something for us. So I had reached out to her and I said, a group of girls are going on a trip. Would you be willing to make a little something for us? She said, I would love to do that. Tell me about yourself. So I told her, like, we call ourselves the Bettys, and she loved that. I said, we all love like this and this and this and this. And she said, nope, I've already got it. So she designed a little like logo-ish thing for us, and I bought everyone shirts. So I have our shirt on, Stitching with the Bettys, and there's Miss Mildred. It says, happiness is stitching with the Bettys and Miss Flossy Bossy. So one of my gifts to everyone was a shirt, and everyone played so nicely, and we all wore our shirts to Chantel's. So if you've seen our Instagram pictures, that is what that was. And then Barry sent me a surprise package for each of us and gifted everyone these cups with our names on them, and then matching stickers with our Stitching with the Bettys. Isn't that so kind? You guys, Barry is the sweetest person. And so I loved like this. Being able to surprise the girls with this for myself was so kind. But then Bear just blew me away. She surprised us all with cups. And so that was so fun. So I got that. Okay. One of the girls gave us these cute little strawberries. These are from Prickly Poppy. She had got them at a craft fair. Adorable. Some of the things I'm about to show you are gifts that all of us got, and then some are just birthday gifts from the girls because we all have birthdays right there together. We all did like little birthday things. So not all of us, because some of us have birthday things. I just wanted to show you a couple of things. So one of the girls got me a nerd tube, and this is a shepherd's bush kit, and it comes with a hand-sewn zipper bag. I've shown you a finish of one of these before, and here's what this one will look like. Stitching calms the soul. So there's that. And it comes with everything that you need. So it comes with the exact right amount of overdyed floss and the instructions and everything. So it's just a little kit that you do. Love that. One of the girls, Kathy, made us all individual, like personalized pin cushions, and she said she saw this milk glass and thought Kia has to have this. Adorable. So very sweet. Okay, a stitching in time, and then we got like a round like paddle thing that this would look really cute on, but this is a needle book. So pretty. Okay, this is some cute things. Okay, this is a Emily call that we got, and it says I am enough, and then we got a floss to go with it and the name Grace. It's a very pale pink. And do you see how that stitching doesn't like pop off of that pillow? It's very subdued. I really like that a lot. So sweet. Missy had given us that. And also we each got some sort of different friendship pattern. So I got a Bent Creek. Of all possessions, a friend is the most precious. Love that. I have a friendship wall started. If you've been with me for a while, you might know that like I've just always wanted a friendship wall in my home. And so I started it with that piece, the piece from Plum Street that Stephanie and I did together, and I had it framed by Lisa from L&M Framing, and I started it, and it's my very first piece on my friendship wall because it's framed and gorgeous. And then let's see, oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't that adorable? It's wooden, and then you can wrap some thread around it. And then a sweet little needle book that is wooden and magnetic. So this is so cute. And then you can like slide it open like this, or you can take this off, and it says Petite Retreat 2024. Isn't that so sweet? Okay, so let me put things back in other things so that I don't have the biggest mess in the world to clean up. Okay. One of the girls gave me a Stitch Folk bag. I've never had one before, and this is stunning. I'm gonna put my birthday start in it. Isn't that beautiful? Tammy gave that to me for my birthday. Kathy made me a project bag for my birthday with bees on it and a matching Ort catcher. Isn't that adorable? So you snap these together like so, like that, maybe, and it becomes, I'm sure you guys have seen these, but handmade things are just so generous. So it goes like this, and you've got a little Ort catcher. So that is going to go in this bag because it all matches. Speaking of handmade things, Teresa made us this. Look at this fabric. Isn't that gorgeous? And inside it has some patriotic fabric. Look at that. It's beautiful. And then she gave us like some little things inside, like a notebook and a pen and things, but also she does a theme really, really well. And so everything inside was like pinks and things like that. And she gave us pink Kohana little tiny snips. Aren't those so cute? So that's perfect. So adorable. Holly, for my birthday, gave me the Swan Sampler. So I told you you would see another swan pop up. So this is Swan Sampler by A Wishing Thorn. And the significance of the swan is just so stinking special. And so this was a really sentimental gift to me. So I loved that. Cannot wait to start it. That border though. I love a good border. And I know some people are very, very different. Okay, look at this bag. Oh, look at that gingham. Okay, and inside is a thread bed. So this is from Gamma's Treasures. And we got a Tribute to Friendship Sampler by Sampler Bird Stitchery. I want you all to go look at her right now because her stuff is so cute, and this was her first year at market. Look at that pattern. So it is, I'm gonna hold it up here for a second. Sampler Bird Stitchery Designs. She released this at market this year, so we got this and the thread to go with it. Beautiful. And let's see. Oh, and some really pretty like on theme floss drops. Again, there were lots of like little tiny things. I'm not pulling everything out. There were lots of like little goodies and candies and like needle minders and all the things. I'm just not pulling them all out. Okay. This is Rachel Sherd, 1900. People, she was aged 82 when she did this. I wish to still be stitching when I am 82 years old and finishing things like this. I'm just flabbergasted by this. Be Christ my pattern and my guide, his image may I bear. Oh, may I tread his sacred steps and his bright glories share. Aged 82. Stunning. And then Blackbird Designs, what remains, and the floss to go with that as well. Isn't that all beautiful? Okay. And then trying to set some things around here. Okay. Switch gears for just a second. I don't know if you're looking for like a table mate gift. Maybe you have a retreat coming up or something like that and you get to go to something like that. I wanted to show you a quick little table mate gift that I actually just included in the girls' gifts from me, which I'm not going to show you what I got them. If they choose to show that, they can absolutely do it. But I included these because I found them last minute and thought they were adorable. This, you know, we've all seen the jewelry cases where we're like redecorating on the inside. In fact, at Petite Retreat last year, we did that. These are soft jewelry cases. They look more like wallets. And I just bought them from Target. And look, I mean, pink is not really my color, but we were limited on options. Hang your scissors, needle, little zipper pouch. Holly gave us hand-painted Holly Hobby needle minders, which I will just treasure. So if you need a little table mate gift, look for something like this and just throw some. These scissors right here are black. I have given them to these girls multiple times. I get them on a 3-pack in a 3-pack on Amazon for like $6, and they're just great travel scissors. So think outside the box for something like that. Okay, so I did that. Then look at this basket. Holly did a little bit of antiquing before she came to ship to see us, and she bought me this for my birthday. Is this not beautiful? Like, it needs cleaned up, but I'm happy to do that. And I'm gonna open it and put some pillows and things in it. And then there's like a little notebook and little bags and things to go with it. Isn't that so sweet? It's beautiful. I love this sewing basket. So it's gonna open up with some sewing tools and pillows, maybe some little stitching finishes in it. Okay, and then lastly, this is the last thing I'll show you. This turned out so perfectly. So before our petite retreat last year, we went to Charm at the Farm, which is a little vintage antique market, kind of like a boutique market in Lebanon, Ohio. It's outside of Cincinnati. And we went there and we met this tent that Holly loves called Union Farm. And they make barnwood, several things in barnwood. And so one of the girls gifted me this tray because I like to move in sometimes I like to sit in our projector room and stitch. Sometimes I'll sit in our bedroom and stitch. Sometimes I'll sit here or there or wherever. And I had said something like that. And the girls are just so fantastically good at listening. As soon as I said that, one of the, Missy bought me a tray from Union Farm and all these little goodies, not all of them, but I'll show you what she got. Anyway, to go in my tray so that I can just pick it up and go. Is this not absolutely stunning? And so, I don't want to make anything fall off. So I've got the big tray with the handles. And then this is those metal stitching stands that everybody has, but it's a mini. Isn't that adorable? And a cup that I actually teared up when I opened this just because it's adorable. And it just means so much. It says joy in the waiting. So, and then I have like some little Union Farm. So I have a little tiny, not tiny, but I have a little Union Farm tray like that. I'll tell you, sulky or the little spools fit perfectly in that. A little orc catcher. And then I was gifted this. And you can put your needle here and your scissors stand up right there. So it just makes the cutest little stitching tray that I can throw all of my things in and move about the house. So didn't that just turn out perfectly? I mean, I love it. So, okay. So that was our trip. It was, you know, just when you can get together with your friends and walk away from normal life, it was just, it was lovely. So awesome. Okay, I have talked your ear off and talked your ear off, so I will let you go. But thank you so much for joining me in the hive today. Summer is just such a fun time to take breaks and enjoy the sun and all of those things. So I hope that, like me, your stitching bug is just alive and well and you are getting to put stitches in. So yeah. Okay, well, thank you again for joining me in the hive today, and I will see you all later.